Namaste, y'all. Did you guys know that namaste is actually a greeting? It means I bow to you, or the light in me honors the light in you. But that's not why we're here today. We are here because in a few of the weekly yoga groups, some of the ladies have been asking about things that they can do on their own that they can remember to work on their core. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to work on our core in a restorative way, taking stress off of the spine and the tailbone. The first thing that we're going to do is to connect to our breathing. Your breath is your life force. It is the first thing that we do when we enter the world and the last. And we know how to breathe to live, but how about breathing to cope and to manage your moods, your emotions, and your body? I invite you to take slow, deep breaths into your nose and allow your belly to fill up with air. And exhale through your mouth, pulling the navel into the spine. Don't mind Leonardo DiCaprio. He is only there to grace us with his presence, not to work, I promise you. I'll invite you to continue the breathing and ground yourself. Exhale, left ear to the right, left shoulder. Inhale, head to the back. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale, head down. Exhale, left. Inhale, back. Exhale, right. Inhale, chin to chest. Rotate again. Exhale, right. Inhale, back. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale, back. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. You can always take those breaths at your own pace and do any of the movements at your own pace. So, the idea is for us to go from here to here to, wait for it, here. This is working your core as well as your legs. And so, let's talk about working that core. First, I'd like you to reposition yourself, whatever feels comfortable, grabbing the knees slightly, no death grip, slightly lean back, allowing toes to touch the mat, and then we will lift from the core, from the base of the belly, up and down, and up, and hold. And don't forget your breathing. Take a rest if you need to. Stretch it out. Next, we will practice a lift and one leg at a time. And it's perfectly okay if you need to use momentum the first few times to lift your body back up to almost meet the knees. But remember, you are using your core and not your spine. And a brief reset. Next, let's take those legs up again. And exhale into a low boat. So from a high boat to a low boat. And back up to high boat. Back down to low boat. Notice that in low boat, your legs are hovering off of the ground. Your shoulders and your head are hovering slightly off of the ground and the mat as well. Using your core to sustain you. Up and down. And reconnect to your breathing and a nice big morning stretch. Next, let's take those arms to our sides briefly as we reposition, bringing the feet to the mat, knees to the ceiling. And then we're going to lift both legs as if in tabletop. Take the hands lightly to the knees. And we're just going to low boat. But in this low boat, back and forth motion. If you need to take a more restorative movement and allow those shoulders and the head to lightly relax on the mat, that is perfectly okay. If you'd like a little bit of extra, then you may be lifting the shoulders and the head off of the mat. Nice big morning stretch. And we'll do that again. This time we are demonstrating taking the shoulders and the head off of the mat for a little bit more of an intensity. Still using our core to do majority of the work. And our legs, those muscles in the legs are helping to lift and stretch. Nice morning stretch. Next, let's take the hands behind the head and slowly lift up the shoulders and the head off of the mat, keeping the eyes to the ceiling, lifting the legs slightly off of the mat. And now we'll just pulse using the lower abs to take those legs up and down, up and down. And nice big morning stretch. Reconnect to your breathing if you need. Hands behind the head and lift. And this time we're going to work the top of the abs. So you're lifting using your abs, not your neck, to allow the chin to meet the chest and the abs to contract and contrast. Nice big morning stretch. And now let's do a nice lift to a toe touch. If you find yourself needing to use a bit of momentum to lift the upper part of your body off of the mat while allowing the lower part of your body to sustain you, again, it's perfectly okay. Take your time. Do it at your own pace. Stay connected to your breathing as much as possible. Bend as far as you feel slightly uncomfortable with, and then release. Only do what works for your body. Remember, you are not in competition with anyone else or yourself. You are listening to your body and working on building that part of the body in which your focus is for the day. Or, of course, focusing on your breathing and just focusing on an overall great practice for you. And release. Hands to the side maybe. And I like to end my practice with a nice restorative pose, lying on my left side. Parsva Shavasana.